Can you believe 2025 is over and it's time to begin year 3 of the Daily Doodle Diary? Where did the time go? If you're new here, welcome. Hi, this is a daily art challenge where we create art of any kind and fill up a diary. The playlist is very full, so feel free to check out the previous years if you enjoy this one. What is the 2026 Daily Doodle Diary? It's this 2026 Moleskine diary. Oh, monthly planning. I'm definitely going to put stickers here, and I want to put stickers on the back too. But also back 2 lines. Oh, okay, lovely. We do actually have an actual calendar. Travel planning. That is literally what I added in the bullet journal. A map. A ruler? I mean, it's a very simple planner. I think the Hobonichi was just a little bit too fancy, so we're going a bit simpler this time. It's not a hardback, it is soft cover, so I'm hoping that will be okay. Pop some stickers on and then maybe work the words around it. Ooh, Piper's Art, Lee Alexson. Ooh, I've also got Ashley. This is a matte version of the stained glass Create This Book sticker. And these are all from the small business haul, so if you want to see where all of these stickers came from, I'll leave the hauls playlist down below. The last one was fabric. We didn't really have stickers on the cover, so I do want to go a bit crazy this year. I'm sure we can fit the words around them. That's the goal. The biggest are generally Ashley's, so I think if we're going to use any of these, we need to do it soon. I love the idea of doing something with black in because it will go with the black cover. These 3 are my favorites. I do love the frames. With the angle, it would be good to pop it up here maybe so the word could go next to it. That might be just a touch too big, but I love the black frame on the black. Oh, that one might just be perfect. Maybe like this. Oh, that's a pretty good fit. Oh, that one is cute. I love the little egg as well. Maybe we can add the little egg. Daily Doodle Diary. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this one is clear, so I don't know what it's gonna look like. Oh, that is super cute. That is perfect for the Daily Doodle Diary. There we go. We'll pop it there, I think. Maybe we should get one of mine to pop there. A little eye, maybe, one of the freebies. Oh, that's looking cute. This is where they are all from. Now we need to work on the back. Firstly, let's pop this big one down. And then maybe we kind of want a little one here. Oh, I mean, it's a tight fit, but we could try that. We could pop a little frog in that little gap. Ooh, does this work? Should I pop one of my own little freebies in there? Yeah. Oh yes, I love that. This one is collage. Well, I said I wanted to fill this one with stickers, didn't I? Oh, that's so cute. For this one, these are all of the artists. Obviously, I'm kind of free, but we have to support ourselves. Well, it's definitely going to look cozy, that's for sure. That was supposed to be purple, so maybe we'll go back to purple. Let's try and work with the gap that we have, though. It's kind of sitting on top. And then doodle is very sketchy. Can you imagine if I just put dairy right now? Hopefully it'll be fine. Yay! Oh, I'm super excited to get started now. I'll see you on the 1st. This huge box has arrived and we have to open it. I don't know why it's so big. Oh, wow, that is a big box. Acrylic Markers by Ohuhu. A bullet and a brush tip. If you've never tried Ohuhu acrylic markers before, I have tried a lot of acrylic markers in my time, and Ohuhu are just the best. They were a little bit late to the game, but as soon as they created them, they've just been banger after banger. We're spending a whole week together creating art for the Daily Doodle Diary using just acrylic markers. We're going to be creating so many different ways. And this video is kindly sponsored by the lovely people at Ohuhu. This is the color selection. Oh, there's not many yellows. That's interesting. Might just be me, but it looks like quite an autumnal palette. Saying that, this shade looks lovely, and some of these blues and greens. Oh, it kind of opens like a gift. That's interesting. I've not seen that before. Oh, that's pretty cool. It looks like you can colour that in if you wanted to as well. Kind of thinking this would be perfect for the sea. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's swatch them first and then we'll see.
1, 2, 3, 4. Spending 70 hours just to be in Monterey with you. 3 hours in and we're talking about
time to reach into the second box. Yep, it's a bullet tip, but doesn't need to be activated in the slightest. I've never used a bullet tip like this before. It's kind of habit to press it down, so I wanted to test it and it doesn't do anything. These markers are completely ready to go, and the color palette is so pretty. So let's reach for the brand new Daily Doodle Diary for the very first sketch. Oh, I'm so excited to be starting a new one. And I'm feeling, looking at this color palette, I think we are gonna do a slight ocean theme. Not realistic in the slightest, but look at all of these blues and greens. It's a big portion of this set, so we should really make the most of it. Adding in various different color waves, and I'm gonna pop some fish on top, make a cute little scene. These are the Cotton Core acrylic markers by Ohuhu, so they don't need to be activated, they're completely ready to go. You can see they are pretty opaque in just one layer, but they also don't take a long while to dry because the paint isn't sitting on the page. It feels like it's actually going in. And just like that, that is day one complete.
I haven't thought about you in a while. I haven't thought about that beautiful smile and how it used to make my heart go wild.
What about a face? Oh, maybe like this one? No, I'm not sure we have the color palette for that. Oh, what about this one instead? Yes, I love a good side profile.
I clung to this channel and even started it in the first.
You look deep into my eyes, and all I could think was why did I have to fall for you?
I gotta say, it's a pretty unique color palette, this set. I do think it is blue or green leaning because I'm trying to do a portrait and there's really not many skin tones. So instead, we're gonna make this interesting. Using a variety of colors, things like blues, purples, and pinks, we're gonna make this a stylized, fun portrait, which was not the intention going into this. A lot of the time, I do find it easiest to just grab a medium and go with the flow. Grab a couple of pens of any color and then try and figure it out as you go along. I feel like that's the best way to be creative and actually tap into that creativity. And that's where the Daily Doodle Diary is really incredible, because you are grabbing the diary, you are filling a page, and you don't know how it's going to be filled. You don't know what you're going to create, you don't know how you're going to create it. Most of the time, there is no vision in mind because you simply don't have the time. You pick it up, you create something for that day. You don't have time to think about the next day, especially when you're on, I'm on like day 740 or something here. I'm definitely not thinking in advance. But there's a lot of positives for that. The most important part is to create art as often as you can. And with that, we've created a very different piece I actually kind of love. It's day 3 of the third Daily Doodle Diary, and I think what we create depends on how much it's bled through. This is the Moleskine Diary Planner. You could say it's not intended to paint with. You know what? That's held up pretty well. Should we go have a look? Oh, I have been meaning to do something with this. This is from the National Gallery for the Van Gogh experience. Oh, that could be really cool. Okay, what if we do a little bit of negative space over the top? I think that would be a really cool way to use the acrylic markers. Because they are opaque, you can make the most of it. Grab a glue stick, some scissors, and I'm thinking that's gonna flatten it a little bit. It is actually the bag that the prints came in. This one and this one here. It was actually like exactly this time last year. I'm just going to use scissors. This is too pretty to risk it. Glue directly on the page. So then if we just pop this in place, I don't even know what we're doing on it. And then just cut the excess off. It's kind of curling. Yeah, just a little bit more glue. When it comes to the Daily Doodle Diary, it is a really good idea to stick down papers. I like sticking in coloured papers, patterned papers. It really speeds up the process, especially when there's a bit of warping or bleed through and you want to cover the left side. Okay, so the idea I had, negative space over this. Or maybe the bullet nib could work well for this. I suppose green and yellow are already in it and kind of orange, so purple would be opposite. We do have this color, which I don't think we've used yet. And even though these are bullet tip, they're actually ready to go. I've never used any like this before. For now, maybe just a simple border. Oh, look how opaque that is. And then we'll build up from there. Obviously, this is a very pretty pattern though, so I don't really want to cover up too much. When it comes to negative space, there is a fine line. I guess that is one of the joys of the Daily Doodle Diary, is you're just creating on the go. You don't know what it's gonna end up like. Because there isn't a sketch underneath though, we're gonna have to get it right. It is freeing creating without a sketch, because that way you learn to accept the mistakes. You know what? I'm pretty impressed with that. That doesn't need another layer at all. Considering they didn't need to be activated, I've never seen it so good in one layer. And we're just taking the shapes that are in Vincent's piece. We do want a lot of the background to show, don't we? Maybe we could add petals afterwards. There's another big one over here. Round one here. It's fine, it's an interpretation. Oh, we could grab a second color actually. Pop Vincent's name down. Yeah, let's grab another color. That one, maybe? So these ones here are just texture really. So I'm just gonna add some little lines. Oh, we could add maybe like a highlight to the stems. Could do an outline here. Okay, no, it's not giving sunflower. It looks abstract. That's what it looks like. It's just an abstract piece. It's okay. How many times am I gonna draw Vincent's pieces in a different art style on this channel? Maybe we'll just add a bit of an outline to these as well. The reason I've chosen this color is because the yellow is a mid-tone. Purple is almost like the darkest area. I felt like it was missing a little bit of light. If you're ever struggling to choose a colour, just think in values. Why don't we add a bit of a frame to the vase? Polka dots. Using just these two colours. Another ode to Vincent. And I hope this has inspired you to stick down various papers and just doodle on them. It's fun and super fast.
Been into material things. I'm the type that usually connects to someone's energy, but you're acting used to me. Don't act like you used to around me. Are you getting tired of all my love? I need to know, cause baby, when push comes to shove, I need someone around, someone to hold me down. And I wonder
Even though this piece is inspired by that walk and that photo, it's looking like a very loose interpretation. I just let my hand figure it all out, and we ended up going for a little bit of pointillism, but kind of on the flat side because it's a brush tip. A very different direction that I've never tried before like that, like a little bit more flat. I'm not sure how I feel about it. What do you think? Did it work? We need a handful of pens. Maybe these colours in a bag, because we're going outside today. Oh my, look at all of this snow. I'm not used to it. It really doesn't happen very much where I live. But it's deep, like this is proper snow. And we're gonna paint it. Honestly, look how beautiful the trees look. Although I'm now kind of questioning my colour choices. We've got the Daily Doodle Diary, and we're starting with a pinky brown. Okay, I knew we needed a white for the snow. Didn't quite consider that green is kind of completely pointless. There's like a tiny bit of green, but not enough to bring it. And also the very big one. I didn't bring a yellow. I didn't quite consider at all that the sun would touch the snow and make yellow. It's okay, we're gonna make do. We're focusing on the trees, the snow. It is cold, we are working quickly, but I want to remember that it snowed this day. And with this art challenge, you can treat it more like a journal. If something happens on a particular day, that's what I will use as inspiration, because I want to remember when it happened. And even though it is literally freezing, these markers are drying because they're not super juicy, which actually makes them perfect. It's just a shame I forgot to bring yellow. It is late, I'm tired. Today's Daily Doodle Diary is in bed. And to be completely honest, this is how the majority of my Daily Doodle Diaries go. If I don't have it with me downstairs, it often gets done like this late at night. And that's completely fine. At the end of the day, the biggest part is that you are still showing up and still creating something. It's not all about the quality. It's about saying you're going to do something and showing up for yourself. Creating in any way possible. Even if it's quick, it doesn't matter. So today that is just a cute little pattern. Cozy and honestly a lot of fun. For 3 years running, I've completely forgotten about Birbfest. It's day 7, so should we see what birdie it is? If you don't know, Birbfest is a month-long art prompt challenge. The sun's come out. And it's themed all around birds. All of these. Day 7. Ooh, Stella's sea eagle. Well, I can't say I know what that is. Oh, look at it. It's kind of cute. Right? Like, look at that little majestic birdie. I'm thinking it might be fun to add a little bit of texture. What do we have? I'm thinking maybe something like packaging paper. Oh, that's quite nice. And then there's a big tear all the way down. Oh, we could use the back. It's kind of similar but has light stripes on it. Oh, we do have even more. Oh, what about that? Closer to tissue paper. Yeah, that could work. This is the texture for the background. I think if it's slightly scrunched up, it's gonna look pretty cool. And then this for the little birdie. Scissors, of course. And a glue stick. I think again, I'm just gonna stick down a ton of glue just for this background. Although the acrylics are actually fine, like you can see it's not gone through in the slightest. The acrylic markers apparently can go on glass and wood, so I think they're going to be absolutely fine on this. And now we should be able to just cut it around the edge. I'm going to draw it on this side so that then when we cut it out, we're going to have a lovely clean side on the back. Just some rough components here. Actually goes quite far back. I think it goes slightly off the page. Maybe we'll bring it forward a little bit. I'm going to cut it here. Do we see the vision? Actually, before sticking this in, I want to add some stripes. Oh, what about this blue? This will be quite bright. Try and get these as even as I can. Oh, that's looking pretty cool. Should we stick the bird in? We need yellow, black, and white. So a super simple choice. We could add the little white feathers down, but obviously we do want all of this patterning to show. And then there's like a little bit here underneath, a bit under here as well. The yellow is all of the little feet. Oh, the beak actually bends down a bit. And then this goes into the eye here, which is kind of like green. So we'll need a different color. I tell you what, we'll add the little green eye now. Maybe an orange just to separate it a little bit. Again, loosely because we do want the pattern to show. Like, it is a really pretty pattern. Oh yeah, that's starting to look like a bird now. We need to add the claws. I was thinking about extending the beak just a touch with the black if I can. Maybe we'll do it a little bit wonky. I actually love the way the yellow's gone on top of the blue and made a little bit of green. That was the perfect start to the first week in the new Daily Doodle Diary. I want to say a huge thank you again to Afuhu for kindly sponsoring today's video. I've had a lot of fun with these acrylic markers, and even on the different surfaces, they held up so well. Go make a cup of tea, create some art, and I'll see you back here in a few days' time. Bye-bye.